Hey there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another Tales from the Vargas Vault. This time I'm opening the vault to showcase a very small collection of comic books. As you've probably seen from my other videos, I'm a huge manga fan. Every month I pick up Shonen Jump because I think the Japanese manga is a really interesting take on storytelling. I love superhero comic books, but Japanese manga, the artwork is just sometimes the artwork feels more alive. With all the speed lines and everything, just feels like it moves. And also the thing I respect more about Japanese manga is the evolution of their characters. Best example I always give is Dragon Ball and the character of Goku. Goku goes from being a small kid uh, to being a teenager to being an adult and getting married, having kids, becoming a grandpa. He dies, he comes back, and as he's basically growing up, it affects the characters around him. Villains become friends, like Piccolo or Vegeta. His son eventually takes his place and tries to be the hero that Goku was. His supporting cast gets married and has kids. There's a clear evolution with manga that we don't get much in superhero comic books. Superhero comic books, the characters evolve and then they get cut off in a reboot and then they're thrown back to square one. And that's the one thing that I respect and enjoy most about manga, the actual evolution of a character. So what happens when an American company tries to, take a crack at manga? Well, we get two things. A few years ago, Japan actually created some manga for SpiderMan and XMen, and Marvel brought it over to the States with the manga format. But Marvel also took a crack at creating comic books with completely redesigned superheroes, but keeping the manga style artwork. And what we have as a result is the Marvel Mangaverse. This is the first issue of that, and New Dawn is what the book is called. And like I said, it completely redesigns and recasts their heroes in different positions. For example, Captain America is still Steve Rogers, but he's the President of the United States. The Hulk is a Godzilla-sized monster. I mean, he's huge and he goes around tearing apart buildings. Tiger is the obligatory anime cat girl. Iron Man, for example, is a girl in this universe. Her name's Tony Stark, but she's a girl. And Spider-Man is actually a ninja. He's part of the Spider Clan. So, uh, really, really interesting take on their own characters. Plus, like I said, the artwork is very, very manganese. So, yeah. After this, Marvel did release a couple of one-shots starring the X-Men, the Punisher, the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and Spider-Man, but I've not been able to find those. But everything concluded in this issue called Eternity Twilight. In this one, Iron Man builds a giant Hulkbuster suit to stop the giant-sized Hulk. Plus, all the Avengers and the Fantastic Four try to also stop the rampage. And there's Ninja Spidey. So after this, the miniseries had a fair amount of success, so Marvel decided to launch a monthly title, simply called Marvel Mangaverse. And in this one, the Fantastic Four, who's made up of Reed Richards and two girls plus a guy. I've been a while since I read this, so I don't really remember their names. Find the Mangaverse Captain Marvel, thanks to the Watcher there. So they can team up and stop Galactus, who, much like the Galactus in the second Fantastic Four movie, is this giant thing that goes around literally eating planets. So they team up to stop him. Along the way, in issue 2, they meet up with the Inhumans, who are refugees of all the planets Galactus has eaten. Before everything concludes in issue 3, where the Galactus entity has also created his heralds to, stop everyone that would want to destroy him. So, the series continued with issue 4, showcasing Doctor Strange and Tigra. And in this one, Doctor Doom, who's actually a girl, brings about her master plan and takes out the Avengers and Steve Rogers. So, Doctor Strange is trying to stop him with the help of Tigra, and they recruit Black Panther, who in this universe actually turns into a panther, before stopping her in issue 6 with the remaining of the heroes. They have, they have the Wasp, the Tigra, Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, Ant-Man, and I think that's Sharon Carter. And they finally do end up stopping Doctor Doom. But it only got as far as issue 6. The series got cancelled, so what Marvel decided to do is to release it as a bunch of miniseries. So, first one, they decided to do Spider-Man, Legend of the Spider Clan. Ninja Spidey comes across the Venom Clan, who's a rival ninja clan. But he also gets possessed of this dark energy, which makes up now the Mangaverse version of the Black Suit. So here's Black Suit Spider-Man meeting up with Daredevil. Here's issue 3, the Black Suit. Here's issue 4 with the Black Cat. And this concept actually makes sense. I mean, Spider-Man as a ninja makes a lot of sense. So I like this one a lot. This is issue 5, where he finally defeats the Venom Clan. So after Spider-Man, they decided to give the universe one more chance with X-Men, and they released X-Men Ronin. And in this universe, the X-Men are pretty much the same, but Wolverine has a robotic hand and has laser claws instead of his adamantium claws. And here they're fighting the Hellfire Club. Here's issue 2. The cover art does not make the interior art justice. The interior art is actually a lot better than the cover art. We have the full roster. You have Storm, Cyclops, who really looks like Cyclops with only that one eye beam thing there, and Jean Grey. Here we have issue 4, showcasing a much younger looking Storm, and concluding with issue 5. Now you look at manga, that's pretty much the pose a lot of manga girls do. But this one's the best of the bunch. I like this cover a lot. So that finished, and Marvel decided to give it one more chance with a book called miniseries called X-Men Phoenix. Now this is completely apart from X-Men Ronin. In this one, Jean Grey, along with Madeline, are the two remaining protectors of the Phoenix Sword, which was created from the bones of a mythological phoenix. Both of them are in limbo, but they're actually trying to prevent the arrival of the Limbo Shadow King. The big thing about this one, other than the fantasy story, is the costume design. I don't think you would ever see a cosplayer wear something like that. Because of this, in issue 2, they started to put this parental advisory explicit content because, as you can see, it is rather explicit. But the story itself is pretty cool. And then it finally concludes with issue 3. But really, really good artwork in this one. It has this painted, digital painted look that adds to the whole fantasy element. So really, really enjoyed this one. But this was unfortunately the last Mangaverse book that came out in a whole bunch of years. Marvel decided to give it one more chance, and they released the new Mangaverse. Years after, the last Mangaverse book, which was Ronin, someone of killing superheroes. Most of the superheroes that were introduced are killed off. Only a few remain, like Spider-Man is actually trying to train Mary Jane into the Spider Clan. So they eventually team up with Wolverine. Tony Stark is actually the head of the 616. Well, it's Tony Stark from 616 universe, but he only his head remains, so his whole body's a mechanical suit. They killed off the female Iron Man, but in this one they're fighting off against Lady Deathstrike. Then the Black Cat also joins the fray against Elektra. And in this universe, Sharon Carter ends up becoming the new Captain America. Here they're fighting against Sunfire. And then the last one, that Tony Stark head is fighting against the Silver Samurai. So you have the big mech clash there. And the big baddie revealed by the end of this issue was Nick Fury. Nick Fury was the one that was taking down the heroes. So, but that's how they left it. They only released this last limited series, and that's it. They completely forgot about the Marvel Mangaverse. But like I said, all in all, it was a good experiment. They produced a lot of really cool issues with really awesome artwork, and I personally hope they actually give it another chance. Make another limited series with the Marvel Mangaverse theme. So, yeah, pretty good series. So, once again, guys, like I said, very, very small collection. But, like always, thanks so much for watching. Until I see you again, this is Vargas XX78, closing the vault and signing off.